Hey everybody, welcome back to Gun Tote Minnesotan. Today I'm hanging out in the shade. Sorry it's a little dull for lighting, but I'm going to show you some close-ups and you'll have some B-roll to take a better look at some of these products. Today I have my CZ457 and it's sitting in, a lot of people ask about this. This is a CZ custom chassis. I don't believe they make this coloration anymore. I don't think you can get it anymore in this gray. Maybe you can, but I haven't seen it. And I do have an Anarchy Outdoors pistol grip. This is their Alpha grip. Highly suggest it. Have a video out on this. Sparrow for a can, and the barrel is a Pillars by Pete barrel, which is a 16.5 inch or so threaded barrel. Appreciate it. It's been doing pretty good. It's a reasonable contour. And Fab Defense. Thank you, Fab Defense, for sending out these stocks. This really helps with eye relief on rim fires and stocks that don't have much of an extended tang or piece for your buffer tube. I like these stocks a lot and run them on multiple rifles. And lastly, but definitely not the least important of this components, the Element Theos. Thank you to Element for sending this out to the channel. This is my favorite optic that I use for precision rifle shooting, just because of the way that it functions, the high quality, the feel of the components. I'm going to highly recommend, if you're in the market for any of these things, I think all of them, obviously it's on my personal rifle, I think all of them are worth your time. Now that being said, there's a lot of money here. I understand that not everybody who runs out and gets a CZ457 wants to spend, pretty big bucks at the end of the day to make their rifle look or feel a certain way or function a certain way. And to be honest, I'm gonna bite my pride here a little bit, you don't have to have top quality optics and a top quality barrel and a specialized pistol grip. You can get away with quite a bit less. In fact, the stock CZ457 barrels and stocks, the wood stocks that they come in, they shoot lights out. The truth is, the rifle from the factory, they're phenomenal. As far as me being a big guy and comfort, I like to have something set up a little bit more like this, and so I needed to modify it over time for comfort, but that's more snobbish than anything else. If you are comfortable with a regular standard stock CZ457, I still think you're going to do really well in hunting and even some application of competition. That's where today's sponsor comes in. So these are a couple of magazines. I have a 10 rounder here, which I've used quite a bit, and a 12 rounder. Now, the 10 rounder, it makes a lot of sense. These are 3D printed. They're from Armstrong Precision. But the 12 rounder actually makes even more sense for those of us who do a little bit of competition shooting, because there are a lot of 12 round stages in NRL 22, and CZ457 magazines like this 10 rounder are already going to be something like $35, sometimes $40. And if you hit a hard time where it's hard to find these, quite frankly, I've seen them and I have personally sold them for a lot more than that. So these can get expensive, but this is a printed version. Actually, both of them are printed versions, and they're going to be much, much more affordable from Armstrong Precision. Now, the gentleman in charge of this, Mr. Armstrong, sent these out, and he gave me no expectations. He didn't say what I had to do, what I had to say about it, and of course I wouldn't anyways, but I've tried it out hundreds of times in and out of the Magwell here and feeding, and I've actually been impressed. It's run well. These are low cost, and not the best fit and finish, and he knows that. Not the best fit and finish, but he's trying to provide a product that's affordable, and for those of us who don't need to be snobbish about our gear and they want it to function well and do a purpose, I think these are going to be really great for a lot of you. So we're at 80 yards where I'm at right now, and I'm shooting some Aguila Subsonic. Let me move this in. By the way, Warbird Pro on the glasses. Thank you to Warbird. And so this setup right there, hopefully you could hear that impact. This setup right here is a really nice setup, but I would be comfortable running these in anything. They haven't caused me issue. Having a few extra mags around is really important. It's really nice. And in the competition world or in the circuit, you got to have at least 4 or 5 mags, and it's nice to have them all loaded and ready for the day of your competition, so you're not running in between stages just trying to load up 1 or 2 mags back to back. And the 10 rounder feeds, loads, and comes out. It ejects just like my regular one. And my regular CZ magazine, which is also plastic, okay, it's not that much different than this. This one, although it has like a metal follower and maybe a little bit better fit and finish, these are expensive. They're just really expensive. And I'm finding that I'm still getting the same quality of feed and ejection out of these. No issues. Just no issues with it at all on this 10 rounder. The 12 rounder is what got me excited. Let me grab my 12 rounder. Where did I put that? Here it is. The 12 rounder is what got me excited. When he first reached out, I knew this was going to be the one that for me was a big deal, because 12 round, 15 round CZ mags are expensive. They're a lot of money, like $85 to $100 typically. It feeds perfectly every time. I'm not having issues with this. Like I said, for being that it's maybe just a little more rough around the edges, I wasn't sure what to expect. But so far, the feed and ejection and durability has been fully sufficient for what I would do. I would use these in a competition, as well as just plinking and having some spare mags around that I didn't have to pay an arm and a leg for. Thank you to Sunway Photo as well for providing the Sunway Photo T4020 CSLI. This is a really big tripod. It's awesome, super heavy, and excellent for a rifle that is, 16, 17 pounds as it's configured right here. Incredibly steady rifle because of the tripod. And I'm not missing my target at all. No feeding issues, no loading issues, no ejection issues, and so far no durability issues. The only price that you would have to pay for this is it's just not quite as clean cut around the edges, and it might just show a little bit of wear pattern on the design. But so far, I just don't have a critique for it. So well done over there to Armstrong Precision. I can recommend these.